what I don't want to do as somebody that created a life that, I could only imagine in my dreams, I don't want to give somebody non-tangible actions,
Yeah.
right? Because I think there's a lot of like books that you can read, there's a lot of movies that you can watch, there's a lot of information out there. But like tangible thing that I think that somebody can do today,
Yeah.
right, is to start to eliminate the things that are harming them, right, one by one, and replace those things with good habits, right? And for somebody that struggled with reading, I failed the second grade because I couldn't read. And so to be in the world today, you need to learn how to communicate with people, right? And I think the way you walk into a room is important, right? What you smell like is important. How you look somebody in the eye when you're speaking to them is important, right? The way you carry yourself is important. And a lot of times in our community, we feel like I need to be so real and so authentic with myself that you're so real and you stay so real that you stay broke, right?
Yeah.
And there needs to be a person that says, no, you need to brush your teeth and you need to take care of yourself so that people can look at you and present yourself in a way that where you want to be one day. I'm not saying how you dress. I'm saying how you carry yourself.
How you carry yourself
is important,
Yeah.
right? And I don't think that I've seen a lot of people say that, right? It's just something that I felt like in my spirit, I pay attention to somebody that carries themselves well, no matter their financial state, but if they take care of themselves, not their vocabulary, but how they communicate.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's one thing I think is very important, especially for young entrepreneurs, right, that are trying to create a lane for themselves. Another thing is when it comes to eliminate those distractions, right? Like, why am I playing video games? I'm a beast at Call of Duty, right? You ever played that?
I played it.
Okay. I was a beast.
Right?
Right?
Okay, got you.
I was a beast at Call of Duty, but I couldn't pay my rent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, all you need to do is stream.
Yeah, but there was no streaming. There was no streaming.
There was no
You know what I
streaming,
mean?
yeah.
In 2011, the streaming didn't exist.
definitely
Or if
wasn't.
there was, I didn't know about
Yeah.
it. And so my point, though, is I realized that I needed to replace some of my bad habits with good habits, not just get rid of
them, yeah.
right? A lot of times people will tell you to get rid of those habits, which I think is great. But the problem is we associate getting rid of them as pain, right? As frustration versus something that's good,
Yeah.
right? And so I decided that I took the PlayStation out of my room. I took the TV out of my room and I replaced it with audiobooks, right? And at the time I couldn't even afford the app Audible. So I would go to the local coffee shop, connect to the internet, and I would watch YouTube videos on, people like Eric Thomas, people like Jim Rohn, people like Zig Ziglar. I started watching these videos because I didn't have a father in my life, right? And I wanted the information from people that had already went through it, right? I could appreciate Eric Thomas eating out of trash cans, sleeping in abandoned buildings, right? Because I'm like, that's my story.
Yeah.
And for him to now be doing what he's doing, right? It gave me hope. So sometimes we need to be able to, and it's unfortunate, but sometimes we need to be able to see it first.
No,
Right.
no, for sure.
And so I saw it and I just applied the information, right, that I was hearing, right? I got up at 3:30 in the morning because he was getting up at 3:30 in the morning. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I made those sacrifices and I made them pleasurable, right? So me getting up at 3:30 in the morning, this is what made me feel good. I knew you were still asleep.
Yep, facts. I feel the same way.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So for the young people that are trying to create a lane for themselves outside of the presentation, how they carry themselves, their appearance, I think it's important to then make those habits, even if they're not fun in the beginning, right, a pleasure, right? So reading a book, once a month or twice a month or 10 books out of the month, you can start to feel like I'm separating myself from my own need. And that should start to make you feel like you're growing.
Yeah.
Right? I think Tony Robbins says this all the time. It's like, without that progress, there is no life, right? So I felt like for me, I replaced some of those habits with good habits. And then I started eliminating even more distractions. Not all at once, though. That's just my story. I don't know how you did it,
Yeah.
but I couldn't do all of them at the same time.